In this review, we find ourselves at the back gate of Epcot, and specifically at the Dolphin. And so, in case anybody wonders, you always hear about the Swan and the Dolphin. Those are both right there at the back gate. You can see them. They're large structures, as you see here in the in pieces of the video. And so these are actually two separate hotels. Just for a little side information, the Swan has recently been updated, and that means its rooms, a lot of things have been upgraded inside of it. And the Dolphin, not so much, but good news is they've just scheduled a $12.5 million renovation for the Dolphin. So what I found at the time wasn't horrible, but a lot of stuff was very old, and especially in the room, things had really taken a beating. Before I get into that, though, I also want to just follow up with some pertinent information that a lot of people do not understand. When you stay at the Dolphin, you will not, or the Swan, you will not have access to Magical Express. Now, that's going to leave you probably renting a car or using an Uber to get from the airport to the hotel. If you rent a car, you're also going to pay a $25 a day fee to park your car on premises. Now, the Swan and the Dolphin also, being that they're conventioneers hotels, they also charge a resort tax or a resort fee of $25 per day. So if you see a quote for a room at $189 and you're going to park a car there, then you better look at the fact that your room is actually going to cost you close to $300 per day. Even though the quote is at $189, by the time you throw in the additional $50 per day, you're now, well on your way to $300. By the time you throw in any other resort taxes or anything on top of the fees, you're going to be edging up on that amount. So do keep that in mind. There are resort buses, I should say park buses, that run from these hotels that will actually take you to the parks. I found if you have a hopper pass or if you have an annual pass, then the best way to go into these is basically just to use the boats to get to Hollywood Studios or use the walking path. You're right at the back gate of Epcot, so you can easily just walk in through there and you're in Epcot. I found the quickest way too, if you want to, if you don't mind walking and you do want to go over to the Magic Kingdom, walk through Epcot, get on the monorail, take the monorail over to the Magic Kingdom. I think it's quicker. That I found a lot of times, as you may sit and wait on a bus. Sometimes at the Swan or the Dolphin, you can easily sit and wait on a bus for 30 to 40 minutes just to get there. So the only place in park that you're going to find that you need to actually take a bus to would be Animal Kingdom. And, if you're in a hurry to get over there, then you're talking fairly inexpensive to take an Uber over even. And just an example, I did take an Uber from the Dolphin over to Universal Parks. It cost me about $13 each way. We did take an Uber over to Disney Springs, and it cost about $6.50 each way. So that's just to keep that in mind and to help you with the costs of staying there. Okay, so as you can see, we stayed in it's basically a studio room, a standard studio. And it has most of the amenities that you're going to find in most standard rooms. So as we open this here, you can see ironing board, safe. There are extra pillows. You're going to see these in basically every room. It doesn't matter where you stay anymore. There's also an iron in there. Now, they do give you, when you're in here, 2 bottles of water per day when you stay in the room. And so that's a nice plus, especially when you think the water could cost you, $3.50 a bottle in the parks. You do have a mini fridge. And there are also a couple of places to eat in this hotel. There's Todd English's Blue Zoo. There's also the Fountain, which is a quick kind of place to eat. And there's also a cafe that's out the main lobby. As you can see, most of the standard amenities, everything was clean, well taken care of. So I have no complaints with any of that. This was not an accessible room, as I did not need it this time. So I'm sure that they do offer accessible rooms. As we head out of the room here, I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands here right now, before the remodel has happened, a lot of the furniture and stuff that you're going to find in here is pretty beaten up. And so it's, of course, still works. Doors are swinging. It's not like it's, in dilapidated condition. The fridge did work fine. The TV, even though it's a flat panel, it's a little older flat panel. But I did notice here with these dressers that you're looking at right here, they're pretty worn, banged up, beat up. So I expect to see all of that change fairly soon as the remodel begins to happen. I think that the remodel here is actually going to happen in the lobby first. I'm not sure, they weren't real clear on whether it was going to be in the lobby first and then coincide at the same time with the remodel of the rooms, or whether one was going to happen and then they would come back and they would do the other. So as you can see, our view outside is not the greatest. So there are many other rooms that you can get with a much better view. But I have to stop here for 1 second and say the beds and that chair right there are the things that make this hotel room worth staying in. Those beds, you could come in so sore and so tired, and those beds were like sinking into a cloud. They're wonderful. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that they're extremely soft. They're not real soft. They're not real hard. Pillows, bed, it just doesn't get any better than these beds and pillows in this room. So I would definitely say I recommend it for that. I sat in the chair. I did work from the chair, and it was very comfortable. So I think you'll enjoy this place. Just keep in mind the things that I told you about extra fees. And if you have any questions, send them our way at podcast@theseamazingplaces.com.